Anywhere you go, you belong.
I actually do love where I live. I love my community. Where I live specifically, it's one of those ones where the neighbours try to know the other neighbours and know the kids and know what's going on. You know, there's quite a lot of activity around here.
Community actually feeling like bonded to a group of people like that.
My neighborhood, the way that we care about each other, we greet each other, I know the name of the neighbors just in front of me and stuff.
Everyone is really, really nice and very supportive. You have people, coming from different professional backgrounds.
I have met some amazing people, like a very diverse group of people here, and people from different communities, different countries. And so, in my close knit, from my flatmates to the people I have met here, they're really inclusive, they're really understanding, they know about a lot of things.
I guess the community within the house that we were living in, that there was slightly more of a community there. And because everyone was hanging out at the house, you'd go out into the garden, people were there rather than at work.
It was just the little moments, even when you're out in lockdown, like where you can hear, kids out playing and saying funny stuff, or it's those little moments that I think make me love my community.
It was lovely how I went out my door and I greet the neighborhoods, greet the people that lives around me, and sometimes I even went to their house to take a tea.
One of the best things I love my community when I walk outside of my building is the mixture of green spaces within the neighborhood. That is something that I love about my community so much, because it's a mixture of kind of green space and also buildings, so you feel really comfortable, and you're obviously not clogged up in the city in a way, because obviously central London is very different from being in East London, for example, where you have a lot more space and a lot more area to sort of roam around.
The community in London, if we talk about mental health, till the time, the 6 months I have been here, I feel it's very welcoming. I can be open about myself, like what I feel, the current mental state, and the community, like the support system which I have built, the people around me, they are. I can sense there's a sense of comfort, as well as I know that they would understand.
My community lacks in that sense of community, and I feel like everyone is kind of hidden away to their own houses.
The community here don't exist, believe it or not. People don't talk to anybody. When I first moved here, I found it very strange because I've always come from a slightly backward sort of community I live in, and people would know your neighbours, you know everybody. But today, I don't see any of that in London itself, majority of London. Majority of the people I know of or I talk to, they don't even know who their neighbours are.
15 minutes walk away, you'll find loads of council houses and loads of flats that people live in. But then we're in the area that I live in, there's loads of people who live in their own houses, and I feel like there's no sense of community, except from when everyone come out on Thursdays and start banging on the pans and clapping and everything.
Interesting. I don't know if I will be part of the same community. I really enjoy London. Living in London is good.
Those moments when you can just talk to strangers randomly in the street.
I really, really love my community. Really is a community.
I hope that people could carry more about the part, as I said before, all the people that needs help outside, they can be more inclusive towards them in order to, try to help them and try to make maybe the neighborhood a better place in a way.
I have a strong urge to want to bring my community together, and I have thought about how I would go about doing it, and I would definitely want to work with the local church group, who I know they have a very close community in their church, and or even just organizing something where we have a lot of elderly people who live in my area and even on my street actually, and just bringing us all together and finding a way where we can connect.
You really
You see
find
a
a lot of
market,
markets
yeah.
nowadays. So I like the fact that there's a market.
We actually have a Facebook page where a lot of residents are part of, and I could just see so many people are just being so creative, especially during lockdown. For example, they're baking a lot, they're planting. Oh my gosh, this is what I love so much about the community. People are not afraid to share about what they're doing. You know, obviously the Facebook group is a wonderful platform that allows different residents to connect with each other, but you at the same time, I've seen a lot of arguments erupting out of out of people becoming too truthful. So this is something that it's inevitable because people are so open-minded and they like to share whatever they want to say. But of course, the downside is that you might also attract some sort of opposition if, for example, if you're becoming too truthful. And it really makes the community a lot closer, just because, if it weren't for these, we wouldn't even know that these people existed. we wouldn't even know that, who my neighbor is, for example. So yeah, I would say that it definitely has a positive effect in having a community, which is really sort of the cohesion is better, a lot sort of better interactions, and people in general are a lot more open-minded and supportive, especially towards people who need the support during this time.
I would say it's made it worse, the pandemic, because people are not going out, therefore they have to find ways of communicating, and human beings are always constantly looking, they need social interaction. And at the moment, I would say this pandemic has made people change their behavior in such a way that they will probably go, in the old days, probably might meet up.
There were so many people who I haven't seen because I would normally just bump into them and have a chat. That is slightly, I don't have the relationship where I'm gonna ring them up for a video chat or something, and I miss those connections. So the term, I think, in general, community has suffered massively from the lockdown.
People should be more open and go and meet people and go and say hello to neighbours, spend more time.
I think when I get older, I'd want to live in a flat rather than a house for that sense of community.
I just hope that wherever I go, I have a connection to some community space in some way that is like local to me, that is literally like a 15-minute walk, that I feel like I know people in my local area and have a connection to even like neighbours. That's my hope for 10 years. Just